Okay guys, gonna run through this video and I'm gonna comment and press pause as I go along through, man. So hopefully you enjoy the content anyway. So big up to David Livick who did this, and now this is gonna be a bit of a and I'm gonna play a track that really teases the situation anyways. But check this out, guys.
Caleb, among other Christian rappers, have hopped on a trend that almost ended his chin and may eventually become the fate of other Christian rappers if they don't change what they're doing. Join me as we look into two of the main catalysts for why this needs to stop. In late September, a post was made by Kayla that made waves through Christian hip-hop.
And then some of them are just downright copies.
A playlist of Christian hip-hop songs and the artists they copied. Now if we ever look through this playlist, you can see there's 113 songs. It goes on forever. Some of your favorite artists are on here. Now I wouldn't say that I
Just to say, people, how does Roger feel about people copying tunes? Now, in Caribbean culture, we tend to get one rhythm and just mash it up anyway. So that's what we grew up doing and whatsoever. That's Caribbean culture. But what I find is, when it comes to hip hop, it's like you get a beat, maybe in early days, you get a beat, you go and rap into the school, but you wouldn't release the instrumentals that you nicked off Dr. Dre out. You would have to get somebody to produce your beat. That's what I know when it comes to rap. And you go to producer does it up. You got some people that kind of similarly rip off the kind of some track in terms of a vibe and an essence, but you're very concerned because we used to think copyright. That's what we think. So it's amazing. Now I play tunes. I don't know many of the secular tracks out there still, so I couldn't tell you if you who you're copying, but this is very insightful.
Agree with all of them, but some of them are pretty blatant.
And by the way, I do play Caleb Gordon a lot.
For example, Red Tip's song, which is a remix of Fiend, but if you were to find it on Spotify, you might not even know that it's a Fiend remix.
So guys, that's just the same track.
Now my first thought was, is this even legal? I mean, I'm all for Christ glorifying lyrics, but if it's the exact same song but Christian, that feels like stealing to me. So I had to look up, find out for myself, and what I found was that I became very confused.
If it's a sample, meaning it's actually a thing from the original song, it's a vocal, it's instrumental, it's the guitar loop, there's something in your version that is from that actual song that's called a sample, you can't do that and you might get a strike.
And it's a very important thing to understand the difference between a remix and a cover.
A good thing to note here is sampling is probably not okay and remixes are not okay. So this does not cover sampling. If you're using an actual sample from a song, that's not a cover.
There are a lot of different components when talking about making music, uploading it onto Spotify. So I had to go to the next best thing, ChatGPT. So I asked, and this was the response I got. Legally creating and releasing a version of a song with new lyrics and uploading it onto Spotify can be complex due to copyright laws, and it gave us 3 categories: covers, derivative works, and parodies. But to me, this looks like a derivative work. Sure, Red Tips is a nice guy, there are other artists that have done this, but I'd be very careful with this. Now Caleb, who wasn't the worst culprit, he would put his own flair on it, but he had an ironically named EP copyright infringement on Spotify where he had the full remixes with the exact same instrumentals.
If you feeling lost and deserted, just know that the one upstairs got a purpose for you, even when it don't feel.
I sure played that track, by the way.
Like it's working, I still
forgive me, Lord.
First, cause I know my God is a devil, searching up.
And one interesting thing to note, Christian rapper Tory DeShawn had something to weigh in on this on the Indie Tribe song Pulp Fiction. Shout out to Mitch Durrell's comment section for putting me on this.
To them branding meetings until you see God brand. Holy of holies, holy moly, Christian music lost the mullet because we bite too much. We fight too much. Uploading stolen songs for profit, copyright too much. Call it a blessing, invite months to copyright with us. God was the top creator before he became a savior. Don't gotta take from the trader. You want it like now or later. We can't let artists the greatest, cause God the artist the greatest. We can't let the devil bait us. Come fade the greatest, the bait us, the tribe.
See, that's preaching right there. Before going to chapter 2, that is straight preaching right there. So I am down with what the Bodega. I love that Bodega pop says, man. Why do we need to teach when we got the creativity? We keep on saying about, yeah, man. I mean, heaven, music, yeah, man. It's all the same thing. Psalms, David, this and the other. But we don't have the creativity to stand up and say, this is us. But we just bait out and rip off. Anyway, still, guys, let's go. So we're going to the education part now, copyright infringement.
The second reason,
and I hope artists are actually going to watch this,
as this whole story comes full circle with Caleb Gordon releasing a song named Copyright Strike, where he goes into some of the consequences that putting up songs like this that don't have clear examples in them.
Copyright strike. When they hit my song with a copyright strike. Knew that I was wrong, but I still took flight. Almost crash landed, telling everybody don't panic. Yeah. If you rockin' with me, then I apologize. Dropped a lot of songs only cause I was frustrated. People, they would tell me that they got me, it would help me clear these songs, but I found out they was just making statements. I could've been patient, I could've waited, but I see my dogs going up for the songs that they sampled, and I'm thinking that I could've made it. Wasn't even thinking I was falling to temptation. Wasn't even thinking what my Father in heaven thinking. See, I even came up with a logical explanation, thinking they would never find a song, and if they ever find a song, then they probably would just take some payment. I dropped copyright infringement, knew I was stealing. I seen the numbers going up, I'm like, what a feeling. Look how quickly I done turned music to an idol. Look how quickly I got up and went against the Bible. I dropped the war in the city, dropped the war outside. That's when the label went and hit me, telling me they really love the song, like, Caleb, come and sign with me. Then it got tricky. Then it cleared the sample, but I went ahead and used it. Went on tour, came back home and seen a copyright strike. They cut the cord, dog, they went and turned out the lights. Was mad and confused, but that don't mean that I was right. I'm like, the people love it, but I see the repercussions. Could've lost all that I had all for the sake of buzzing. See people clapping their hands, they love the way I done it. See artists follow the plan because they seen I done it, while I just sit in the stands quietly saying nothing. I don't wanna live disobedient over songs. Deleted all the samples and remixes, not for long. I found a better way, a company to help me clear the songs you wanna play. I'ma do it all legally before I let it spray. I'ma go get the clearance before I let it spray. I'ma focus on hearing the Lord and what he say.
Let this be.
That's them lyrics, yeah, 100. People need to kind of like, take that in there still. That's Caleb. It is stealing. You know what I'm saying? From a legal standpoint, you know what I'm saying? And I know there's a lot of UK artists that are doing this as well, in the Christian world, and, and the gospel, and whoever doing it in the Christian world, do the proper channels. You know what I mean? We're meant to do things differently. You know what I'm saying? I think we're finding cheap ways to get that. Yes, there's little remixes, specials that he gives the DJs, but there's little vibes. Yeah, we know that. But when you're going out there to earn money of somebody else's works, do unto others that you want done to yourself. So if you made up a beat and Kanye West go and use it, and he just said, don't worry about it, I just use a track and gets a billion things, you say he stole your track off you. But when you stole his rhythm, it's not stealing. Oh, use it for God to keep preaching the gospel. No, mate. You're going like Jesus' teeth to donkey to walk into Jerusalem. Anyway.
A warning to all Christian rappers out there that uploading these songs, especially to streaming services, can be illegal and straight up the wrong thing to do. Let's be the ones that push the culture and the ones that are being copied, rather than the ones doing the straight up copying. Let's be creative and push our culture forward. God.
Yeah, that was a great, for me, let me just make sure I mute that so nothing comes through. But yeah, I think that was a great way of saying it. Now, what I would add to it is my concern is the creativity of a generation. And I believe with my generation, yes, we sampled and we got a sample. I've got tracks and sampled and replay that to take the legal rights out of it, twist it up slightly. Yeah, you got them things, you do that and you play, but everybody copies a certain vibe. 100% get it. But the level of copying in the Christian world is showing the lack of creativity of our producers to be such followers that they don't even do anything to follow. You know what I'm saying? They just let you walk the path directly. They can't create. We can't be leaders. I don't understand how we become to be dictated to in terms of our music so much. Yes, I believe in going trends 100%. If Drill's a thing, if rap, if Grime's a thing, whatever's a thing, you do it. Cool, I get it, but create your track from scratch. You know what I'm saying? Do what you gotta do. Be inspired 100%, man. Teeth look a vibe from here. We all do. Y'all do a bit of see, but it really shows that the creative issues with our producers and producers. Why you chat about? Listen, ask yourself how many producers can actually play an instrument. Producers back in my day could play an instrument. And my question is, do the young producers now, can they play instruments? Or are they good cutting, splicing and putting things into software, music software, and then going ahead? So we've got to be real careful about it. But this is a great conversation. Big up to David Livik. I got to send this big up to a friend of mine who sent it over, Bunny. Said, "This, what do I think?" And I think that, it's sad. It's really, really sad. I do play the music. I've probably played loads of music, but now I do not know personally what. I don't listen to second tracks like that still. So it makes you want to think, and it makes you want to go, what am I playing anyway? So yeah, but it's the way it goes, and I love the way that Bodega kind of put it out there still about the stealing and thieving, the lack of creativity of the beat making and whatsoever that's going on that just for likes. That's the scary part about it. It's for self-gratification, just so you can feel better. You know what I mean? I get it. You want to get 1 million plays, but for what? Everybody who strives that, next day they're gone. Because they're not in it for the right reason. But listen, this is Moore of Affinity Xtra, celebrating gospel music and black origin. This is how we do it. Circles. Almond, wake up. Yeah.
Hi, and thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe, you like, and you comment, and make sure that you're sharing the videos and watching so much more. We have loads of content for you.